Hello, I'm John Paul Wick. This is my sister Mary and my cousin Joseph Kelly and Michael Kelly. And we're going to play two jigs for you. The first one is called Barrel Rafferty's. The second one is called The Wandering Minstrel.
And what's the history of this Barrel anything to do with Mike Rafferty?
Yes, Barrel Rafferty was the uncle of Mike Rafferty, who played with Joe and Michael's dad, Willie, my uncle, who taught us. So the Rafferty's music had a lot of influence over us.
Lovely. Okay, and that amazing album Mike did with your father, still not available anymore by all accounts.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that.
Or do you have copies of it? If you have stashes of it, bring it over. We'd love to have it again. Okay, shoot away, lads, and we talk. Okay. Fantastic. It's always such a pleasure to get groups of Americans over here, especially with your ancestry. So, will you explain your connection with Clare?
Sure, yeah. So, our mom, Siobhan, Maloney is her maiden name, grew up around Tulla. In O'Callaghan's Mills.
Callaghan's Mills, right.
Yeah. And then she came over to New York and met my dad. And my dad's people are from up in Roscommon. Yeah. And so the roots to Clare is very strong because Dad really loved the Galway and East Clare fiddle music.
Sure.
And so we just grew up just hearing about like all the greats, Paddy Caney, Martin Rochford,
Sure.
PJ Hayes, and all of them, and that's all the albums we listened to the most.
Yeah.
for sure.
And were you old enough to have played with Mike Rafferty?
Yes, definitely. Well, when we were starting out, pretty much, like,
Sure.
we wouldn't have really fully appreciated it because we were pretty young at that stage. But
Okay.
yeah.
And what you're cousins of the lads? So what's the connection there?
Our mother is Willie's sister. So
Oh, I see.
She's a Kelly.
Okay, so you're Roscommon, and the Roscommon flute. Okay, the influence is coming out in you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. And we always remember your grandfather, Sean Maloney, because he used to be a great regular in the Black Sticks, which was a famous pub in Callans Mills, recording. So he must have had libraryfuls of recordings.
Yes, yeah, we do. We have them still, and we're starting to work on
Oh, good.
getting them converted and
Yeah.
sorting them out.
That's a well of amazing music.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because he always had the best equipment.
He did. He loved his little tape recorder.
He did. No, I'm glad you're doing that. So there might be
Yeah.
some gem in store.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fantastic. So what's for inhabitants of New Jersey over here in Ireland for the 25th of what month are we? October 2024. What are you doing here on a working week?
We decided to come over for the Padraig O Keeffe Festival, and also visit some family and stuff. So.
Brilliant. So you're heading down to Kerry, North Kerry, for good music.
Yep, Castleisland for some
Okay.
music.
And is it your first time at this festival?
Yeah, my first time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's mine as well, but these guys have been
We
before.
were here last year.
Yeah.
Last year was our first time.
You weren't in college here, were you? Oh no, I'm thinking of somebody else. Okay. So you're going to have a mad weekend of tunes.
That's the plan. Yeah.
Okay. And is there any recordings? Are ye mature enough, okay, to have an idea of recording in your heads?
Not yet.
Yeah.
It would take some working out, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe
down the
this
road,
might
but-
be the seed that started.
Maybe.
Yeah, and your instruments, okay, first of all, you start with the most complicated instrument. Why anyone picks it up, okay, but you begin to realise why when you hear music like that. What pipes are they? Are they new, old?
They're relatively, like, most of them are it's bits and bobs. It's part of like it's a bit of I like to call it a hybrid because it's 3 different makers. So this is a Quinn chanter from in America, and then the drones are Nick Whitmer, and then Seth Gallagher made the regulators. So it's all American set, but
Okay,
yeah.
a mongrel set or a
Yeah,
hybrid
exactly.
set, okay,
Yeah,
well it
yeah.
sounds divine. Okay, and where did the pipes start with you, or how did you lead into those?
I kind of, my dad, it was kind of an instrument that my dad kind of picked up on the side when he was in his 20s, and so he'd play them when I was younger, and I really just fell in love with them and really wanted to try them out, so
Okay,
I went from the whistle to the pipes.
fantastic, okay.
Yeah.
And happy enough, you don't
Yeah.
feel hard done by when you see flutes and fiddles playing at your side.
Yeah, it can be frustrating for sure.
Okay, and yourself, Michael, is it?
Yeah. I mean, I think my aunt told me, like, I basically had to play the flute because my mom played the flute, and I was like, okay. No, but I love playing the flute. So
Yeah.
and I play a John Gallagher flute. Forget where in the States he is now, but
Yeah.
Virginia.
Virginia,
I have
alright.
the same one.
Oh, you have the same one?
Yeah.
And is that a keyed? It is.
Mm-hmm.
So you got 2 for the price of 1, did you? You cut a deal.
Not quite, but yeah. No, but they're good flutes. But we did get them around the same time.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably had this 4 or 5
Yeah,
years.
something like
Lovely.
that. Probably
Yeah.
5.
And what about yourself, John Paul? How did you end up with the...
Yeah, this fiddle, so my first full-size fiddle I got when I was 11, and I played that up until a couple of years ago when I got this, which I got from a guy in Kentucky called Adam French. We were on a road trip, and a friend had just put us in contact with Adam because he sells fiddles, so we met up at a school with him and tried these out. I don't think it's a name that most people would know, but it's I like it a lot. It has a nice soft tone. I think it's about 100 years old. It was
Lovely.
made in Germany. So.
Okay. I always thought with instruments and even stuff coming into the shop, wouldn't be lovely if they could open their mouths and speak to whom possessed it, okay, before you ever got hold of it, or right back towards a history.
Yeah, that would be nice to know. I didn't get any of that sort of information.
Right. Okay. You can exaggerate and make a story around it.
Right.
Okay. Where did your music, apart from your parents, okay, who would have been I suppose, was there any kind of an event where you said, I love music, and because of a teacher, did you have any really amazing teachers that you had great time for?
I guess for all of us, the big one would be the Catskills Irish Arts Week, the week in July, where we got to meet a lot of like great musicians out from Ireland, and also like for me, for pipes, it was super helpful when I was learning, like the likes of Benedict Kohler, he's great.
In Vermont, is it?
Yeah, great pipe maker and reed maker, but also a great teacher, and definitely helped me a lot.
Sure.
Yeah. So.
And the piper that would have most influence on you from listening.
From listening, I'd say, for me, it's Willie Clancy. I've always loved listening to his playing, and it's super fun and different compared to a lot of other pipers. And
fantastic.
Yeah, really enjoy it.
Okay, now the flautists.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Mike Rafferty.
Mike Rafferty.
Yeah,
lovely.
also Mom.
Yes. Okay.
And then, of course, Matt Malloy.
Matt Malloy, okay, there's loads.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone that springs to mind on the fiddle with you?
Yeah, mostly I would say some of those guys Joe was talking about, some of the East Clare players. Paddy Kenny's probably one of the biggest influences, but I always listened a lot to Sean Ryan, the
Sean,
player
yeah.
from Tipperary.
Tipperary, lovely.
And then Bobby Casey as well would probably be a big influence.
Got a massive influence. Okay, listen, I'm sorry for press ganging you, because I know I foisted this in you, but I had the opportunity, we went for it. I suppose, looking at you and looking at your ancestry, I always think of your grandfather, Sean Maloney, whom I sat beside a lot out in the Black Sticks while he was recording. So we'll do this in Níl Cuimhne Vurnachar Sean Maloney, in memory of your grandfather, Sean Maloney. Yeah. Lads, Míle Mágaibh, thank you very much for being here, and good luck down at Castleisland.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks.